Hang on, I gotta get on my giggles.
You good?
You gotta sit with good body language. Cut that out.
No, I'll cut it out. But no, I'm just gonna sit, like, just have a chat.
Okay.
Alright.
Don't give me a minute. This is too funny.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Emily, for coming along to this interview. I'll start again.
Yes, please.
What should I say? What should I start with?
That was pretty good.
Oh, I know what to say.
Say what we want to discuss today, like communication stuff.
Okay. Thank you, Emily, for coming along and having a chat with me. I'd just like to know, I'm doing an assignment for one of my psychology classes, and I'd just like to know, as a nurse, do you find communication within your profession useful?
Oh, yes, it's very important. You need communication to talk with your colleagues, your patients. There's a lot of people around in hospitals, so you've got to be able to communicate with them to get the work done and have an environment which is the best to work in.
Yeah. And what sort of communication skills would you use between colleagues and a patient?
Well, so with a patient, you have to use empathy a lot. So a lot of them are in a situation where they're, kind of down, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
What's the word? They're just in a vulnerable situation, so you've got to be empathetic, you've got to show that you care and try and build rapport, basically, to be able to get your tasks, well, not just tasks, the best care that you can for your patient. You've got to actually be able to build that rapport and trust with them to be able to have them kind of comply, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so basically just like support them sort of thing, like through their tough struggles or whatever they're going through.
Yeah, and make them feel like we're not making all the decisions, like we're part of a team, them and I as the nurse and them as the patient, that we're a team and they have a role in the team and can make choices. Yeah,
I could definitely see that, the link between like psychology and working as a team, I guess, as well with your patient. Have you had any like communication breakdowns between patients or even colleagues maybe?
Not between patients. I've had communication problems with you find issues when it's like age groups there's lots of age groups in nursing, like you'll have nurses that have been there for ages and you'll have nurses that are very new, and what I've noticed is the communication is slightly different, so what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable is different. So I had a nurse that didn't like using the word she'd find it inconsiderate, while other nurses, they'd just be like yeah to me. So it was always just like finding out what people found
just like good, kind of connecting with them sort of thing.
Yeah, so working out what they thought was good communication, what wasn't.
Yeah.
People have different ideas.
Have you had any like situations with patients or even colleagues maybe where someone's been offended or you've had to diffuse like an argument or something like that, like a stressful situation?
I haven't had with patients, but I have with colleagues, like a colleague, more a facilitator. She just disagreed with the way I was using the word. She was the one who said the word was unacceptable. And then she made a comment to me about teenagers and how they're moody. And at this time I wasn't technically a teenager anymore. I had just turned 20. So I found that offensive. So it kind of caused a lot of conflict because we had kind of broken the trust between each other because we had found things that we didn't like and we hadn't had the proper conflict resolution for that to be
So you
solved.
haven't been able to sort things out or like slowly come to an agreement between the two of you?
We tried to make an agreement, but it just didn't
Yeah.
happen.
Sometimes.
It was just
I guess it doesn't
uncomfortable.
work.
Yeah, the trust never really came back, especially on my
Yeah.
side, because I felt like there was a power imbalance.
Yeah. So it was a bit more of a disagreement. You kind of just
Yeah.
move on, get on with the
Yeah.
job sort of thing.
Yeah, different ideas of what is acceptable in communication.
Yeah. Well, that's a fair enough factor to
Yeah.
have. Have you had any? Has your communication in your profession helped with any like outside work?
Yes. I got a job working with disabled children, people actually of many ages, and I found that communication that I've used in nursing and my nursing degree, learning how to communicate with people, has been really good to apply to that.
Yeah.
So, but especially because disabled people, they have quite different things with communication. Like I
Yeah.
learnt that eye contact is good, but
Yeah.
with some disabled children, they think eye contact is intimidating, they don't like it, it can cause a meltdown. So
Yeah.
just being able to apply those communication and then alter it to fit the needs and stuff.
Yeah. So just really connect with each individual sort of thing.
Yeah, and it makes it easier to build a rapport with them, because you've got to build a rapport with them, otherwise they don't want to get involved, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. Yeah, no, I could definitely see the link between how, like, my profession that I want to go into, psychology, and dealing with each individual can really have different needs, sort of thing, to kind of go into.
Different needs. Yeah, and building rapport is very important.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you've got to cater for the fact that everyone's different.
Mm.
So that applies in communication as well. So
Yeah. So what sort of area in nursing are you kind of
that I want to.
in? Oh yeah, well that you want to go to, and how, like, is the communication the same, or would it differ between different parts? Or?
I want to go into pediatrics.
Okay.
So that's working with children. So
Yeah.
communicating with children is slightly different with adults. There's if you gotta use the right words. You gotta talk in a way that's not overcomplicated.
A lot more simpler sort of words to kind of.
And just quite different.
No, that's fair enough. Yeah, I can definitely see how working with adults would be a lot different to children.
Yeah, different mental, cognitive and stuff. Yeah.
What about like talking to the child's parent? Will there?
Oh, yes, that's a very good example of when communication is important, because they're in quite a vulnerable, stressful situation.
Yeah.
Their child's sick, and so you've got to be able to communicate with them. They're someone you've really got to build rapport with, because they've got to give the consent for everything. They help you out with the child. So say you have to give them a vaccine or like some kind of needle or some kind of invasive procedure, they can help you out a lot, but you've got to be able to build a rapport with them, their trust, and yes, and communication plays a very important role in that.
And being stressed, they'd probably be more likely to get angry and start yelling or something like that.
You've got to be calm, collective, and be able to use the right words and body language. And
That's good. Well, thank you for having this interview. It was very, very lovely. So
thank you.
Okay. Hopefully I did 5 minutes. Hopefully.
God,